Gemini. Well, we have the moon in Taurus, which I just did a reading. Was meditating, shuffling, thinking of Gemini. Knight of Staffs in reverse. Anyway, and Knight of Staffs in reverse. The Nine of Staffs upright. Queen of Coins upright. I've been sitting here shuffling forever. Well, I mean, through other videos too, but when I was sitting here through this one, I got lost in the deck, like just staring at it, watching it. And I was watching my other videos like quickly, kind of briefly, because I don't edit or nothing. I'm just kind of looking, you know, while I was uploading, and get the Hermit upright. Number 9 up there, that seems significant. Oh, well, you got the Nine of Staffs here. Your second card out. I got 4 out. I'm going to wait a second. Let me move my cat a little. Excuse me. But I was meditating, and like in previous videos, like I went with Aries, and I was just like hoodie, you know, and my hood up, and then Taurus came, and I felt kind of depressed, and they kind of started off, the first 3 cards were pretty depressing. Well, the energy was. And then with you guys, I was like, I want to put my hair up. I don't want to look all homely. I don't know what that means, but like I wanted to change my glasses because these are crooked, and these other glasses aren't even prescription, and I was like, you can't do that. You can't see. Like in the Aries, I was all of a sudden, I want to be me, and then in Gemini, I wanted to shift. And I think that's, you know, of course, me drawing into your energy, but you know, nothing's really going on, I feel. I think it's just typical you know, typical Gemini. The only relation in my chart that I have with Gemini, which I can't imagine feeling these things. Maybe I'm, you know, over dramatic about it, but I have Gemini in my 5th house, and there's no planets. But I create a lot. Like I created this little hut. It's like, you know, just my area. During the Aries full moon, it really just, I wiped my house out. Like it just went through everything. You know, just needed it. I've been going to the country and recording videos, and I haven't been connecting. And you know, I think it's just the energy, what we've been going through back in, you know, July, I think it was, where we had that Cancer full moon. Oh, and then the Pisces full moon. Oh my goodness. Pisces full moon, I really connect, but it depends on other placements in the universe, on what I'm doing. But I always go towards the moon, because I feel like that's our healer. And with the moon being in Taurus right now, I think there's an energy, at least I have, you know, my own visions and my own messages, that I always see the bull, and I was talking about it in the Taurus video, walking around the house and just waiting and watching. I mean, there's people out there with red flags. It's, you know, with Gemini, with my creative house, that's where that placement is, in the 5th. When I'm creating, and I'm doing it all the time, I'm constantly creating, that it's like I section out my house for different areas of creativity. Like I'm looking around as I'm speaking, and it's like I have to have, even though I can see every area, everything's very close and comfortable, even though I guess I wouldn't choose that if I had a bigger house. Like I would have every room for every mood. Like a compartment. Like, and that's what I feel like our brains are, is just a giant apartment building, like Gemini brain. And there's all these different rooms for different, people, places, and things. And I can get lost in these apartments, these all these different rooms. I can get lost walking in the hallways. So I can kind of see, like, where I can relate a little. I mean, if you guys can explain that better, if I am relating, like if you can comment that, that would be great. Because Gemini has always intrigued me as far as the twin. Like, cause I'm like, is it, dual personalities? Is it, is there more personality disorder issues with Gemini because there seems this number 2? I was just looking at something here. 2. Something told me to look down when I said 2. Well, the Hermit was the last card upright, and he's got 2 items in his hand. There's a torch, and then the staff, or the wand. This is Miss Cleo's deck. I don't know if I've said that. I've made back-to-back videos, so I'm probably repeating myself a little. So anywho, I'm just going to cut right there and get started. Knight of Staffs in reverse. Now, upright, when I see him, he's on his boat. He's looking ahead. He's crouched down. He's going with the water. The island to his right. He's going right past it. I'm trying to get you to see the bottom of the boat there. Like everything looks flowing. And you can see he's at a very calm position. He's not, fighting to stay on the front of it. But in reverse, I think maybe you need to look at the direction you're going. With the Nine of Staffs right next to him, he's looking at him. Now see, if he was upright, maybe there would be a better connection. Maybe there's a struggle between you and another fire sign. Or you could just be looking at yourself, which I suggest doing first before worrying about what my boyfriend or my girlfriend or everybody else is doing. I mean, honestly, I don't know why I feel the need to say that, but I mean, I think that's been a part of my healing process, is, separating myself from outside influences of what people think of me or what I need to portray to convenience others. I mean, it's just, how exhausting is that? And I don't know if that's what you're doing. I'm not saying you're ridiculous or that you can't have emotions. That's nothing personal and it may not resonate with you. But it might. Maybe, I always notice if I go back and watch a video, like I watched one from July when I ran into someone that I connected to, and I went back and it made sense. And could that be psychology? Just my brain is programmed to do that? Who knows? Gemini knows, because there it goes. I'm going back and forth. Anyway, but look, that's where, maybe that's what you were doing until this Aries full moon kicked your butt. Aries fire sign. And you went back, but you drew this one first. So, in reverse. Knight of Staffs in reverse. Knight of Staffs in reverse, and then 9 of Staffs upright. Well, he's got one in his hand, and so does he. There's some kind of off balance there. Sun's in Libra. But you're just short of a gift. That's what that 9 is. So you're just short of it. You could be doing some really good things to get yourself out of that imbalance because of the Libra Sun position right now. So it says 2:22 a.m. on my computer. I know it's not. I think it's 5:22. And it's, yeah, that means 9. I don't know. Yep, it's 5:22. So I looked at that at 2:22, so that could mean something for you. And then my clock says 5:22. So 5 and 4 is 9. All right. When I pulled this card in a previous one, and the 2 plants stuck out to me, and I brought up Gemini, I believe I did. So, I don't know if that resonates with you, but she's not sitting comfortably in her chair. And that could have something to do with Scorpio going into Venus. But it's not there yet. It's in shadow period. People keep talking about it, but it's in shadow period till the 6th of October, 5th or 6th, depending on where you are in the world. But that's probably my favorite card I found in Miss Cleo's deck so far. Poor Miss Cleo. I forget what her sign is. So the 4th card being the Hermit, I'm going to pull another card. But the Hermit upright, like I said, that torch over there with the wand, there is a subtleness about this. I feel like, sorry, my cat just like face planted, passed out. I feel like, wish I could do that. Oh, that's what, maybe you're up at night. I don't know what that meant. Okay, I'm up at night. I mean, I've been up all night. I've been up since 6 o'clock yesterday morning. I've rested, but I haven't slept. But the Hermit moon is good, but this Hermit looks more like, more familiar with the other deck that is out of order right now. My original deck. This is like a gift deck. Like, that was gifted this, and I gotta use it because it's my closest thing to the regular writer. So, anyway, the Gemini in my life is a great person. He's had some trials and tribulations, but if he stays busy, he quiets that, yelling running down the hall. So, I'm going to take another one out. And I'm going to stretch my legs. I'm sorry. So, she just laid her head right down on the Knight of Staffs, and it like flipped him sideways a little. So I just like kind of went to cut the deck, and I don't know. I just felt it was too much to my right. Yeah, and my heart's on the left, so I feel like I need to love myself first before I start worrying about maybe that fire sign in my life. And when I say I'm just saying me, like I'm a Gemini right now. Like I have to do that. Well, I don't have to, it's just I choose to. It's all about choice. Everybody can choose. Sometimes we may lose the power. I'm just seeing if something else falls out. I got one down, but I haven't looked at it. I'm just gonna see here. I'm not gonna take him, but 3 fell out, all well, they all were upright, but they all fell out in reverse. 7 of Swords, and they fell out like I just had to pick them up like a fan. So we got, I'm gonna put you a little closer here. We got, I'm gonna try to read it through the can. I can't do it. We got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the 3 of Coins in reverse, and the 7 of Swords. And 3 of Coins, like 3 of Pentacles, if you're not familiar. 7 of Swords. Okay, so it went Wheel of Fortune in reverse, 3 of Coins in reverse, 7 of Swords in reverse. I don't know if that means anything. I'm just going to leave it. The one that did fall out first was the Fool. You know, and it's funny because when I think of the Hermit card, I'm trying to think, like, when I'm showing them to you, when I try to reverse it to show you what I see down in front of me instead of panning the camera all the time. So, give me a second here. Well, I mean, the Fool, it's like God, you know. Not, you know, Jesus, not what church says is God. I'm talking everything. Good, orderly direction, for example. So it could be, you know, G-O-D, good, orderly direction. I don't know what you decide. That's what your choice is, and it's none of my business. So I'm just here to read cards. And I like, Gemini gets cocky like that too. I noticed that too. Very intelligent, you know, with it, they have it. Back to the Hermit came out, and then the last card was the Fool. Before those, you know, 3 cards that fell out, that I kind of, you can do with it what you will. But I see this Libra sun in every single video. Just, it keeps popping up. Like, I want to say stuff about it. You could be done with the Libra. You know, that's very possible. But I don't recommend directing that. Okay, so you have many right now. So they can, not only the compartments in your head, but maybe you have many people, places, or things. All 3, 2 of the 3, whatever that may be. So I see the Hermit came out at 9. And you're being the Fool right now? Yeah, I think so. Very masculine energy. And if you look, we got these and these. From this side over to my right, this one. That's how it went. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with this at all. But I think sometimes Gemini can fool themselves. Like, they stay so busy that, like, it's great that they can create their own reality. But at the same time, some of those realities can bite later. And I think that's what happens. Like, you know, when I'm creating, I want to make sure, no, psst. When I'm creating, I want to make sure that, you know, I'm creating for myself. I don't want to impress anybody else. I want to do something, and if someone sees it and it does something for them or to them or gives them something, you know, even if it's hate, you know, I want them to be able to see it and feel something and express that with me and share what they see. You know, so when you're creating, don't create for other people. And I think the Aries full moon, I was talking about it in that video, which makes a lot of sense here with the Aries fire. So I mean, we had that full moon, uh, like just the 24th, 25th, again, depending on where you're at. And I did well. I don't know how Gemini would do with Aries. I would think I can see Gemini being okay with that. I mean, it seems like your read is okay. I mean, you got the Fool. I mean, that was the last card to fall out upright. I mean, that's a good spot to be. I just think maybe sometimes, like I said, you can get reckless. And instead of being 10, you become 9s. I mean, there's a grounding right in the middle. That was your middle card. You know, so I mean, Nine of Staffs was upright, and then the Hermit was this way. I mean, I think, you know, for the most part, I mean, I can't really see it. When I see the Nine of Staffs, maybe you were kind of scared to go be yourself and things like that. So now you were doing good, you know, and then now you're kind of like, well, I'm still going to continue this, but, you know, I'm looking around and I know the moon's back there. I mean, I have my torch, I can see my path, it's well lit, and I have a wand, I can make things happen. But there's other people involved, and, you know, we gotta watch who we hurt. And I'm not saying you do this or anything. I'm not attacking anybody. I don't have energy for that. Like, no. So, as a grown woman, I don't have any beef with Geminis. I mean, I have, but I mean, my goodness, how many people have beef with me? If I ever get famous, that's gonna be big dreams, big dreams. You know, I'm gonna clarify what I mean with the card. Like, as far as Gemini goes, it's a little long. Try not to go over like 20 minutes, but well, maybe I need to. Maybe I need some other, you know, hallways to go down. That's what it is. Okay. When you're going in your brain and you're dealing with all these ideas that you have, what's going on up there? Why do I have a bad feeling that the Fool might bite? Because, you know, somebody might say, well, God's testing me. I personally don't believe that there's test. I don't think that God punishes. I don't have a punishing God. I just be kind of, you know, if I punish myself, who am I going to really blame? And sometimes I think if I'm punishing myself, others happen to be involved. The Ace of Swords. I mean, he's coming up out of the water. It's one. That's the good thing. It's right after the Fool. 0, 1. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't trust that one. I want another one. Let me see if something else resonates with me. Gemini thing's hard for me. I mean, I feel it. Like, I felt left, right, left, right, left, right. Like, I felt that stuff. What do you think, Ego? That is actually, that cat came from a Gemini. 3 of Wands, 3 of Staffs. I mean, maybe I feel like you have many things. I mean, you know, he's seeing the sunset in the distance, or the sunrise. See, back and forth. I mean, however you look at it. And when I mean that, when I say you can create your own reality, I think Geminis are good for that, because they can put the twin over here. Like, they can put the so-and-so at work, and then after 7 p.m., you know, this other side of them can come out. And you don't have to be doing nothing bad, you know, but sometimes I can mistreat myself because I'm trying to convenience others. So, you know, being responsible for my own energy, I think, is what's important. So, I mean, let me know in the comments if, I'm a dick or whatever you want to say. So, but I get cocky when I'm around a Gemini. Like, I noticed that. They have Libra rising and a Pisces moon. My pockets look like I got a big old gut. I don't. But they have a Pisces moon, and which I love that because it's just neat. Like the flopping fish and then a Gemini sun. Amazing. I mean, wow. Libra rising, so they attract, the physical thing. Libras are so pretty, so I don't know. But so is the sun. Sun's pretty. So I'll be back on soon. I'm going to probably upload some things tomorrow. I'm going back to the country. But the country is a different energy for me. So I don't know if I'll upload or not. But thank you again, Gemini Reflections.